Welcome to the Carpenter's Voice. Humanity has always been obsessed with building. We construct massive fortresses to protect ourselves. We build monuments to remember our past. We believe that if we build high enough, we can touch the face of God. If you are looking for inspirational Christian stories, you are in the right place. This is not just another historical account. This is the Jesus Christ story, told through the lens of a craftsman. Whether you are watching this as a Christian motivational video or listening to it as one of your nightly Christian sleep stories, let your heart find rest. Let us discover how the master builder rebuilt the world. Our story begins in the dusty hills of Galilee. To truly understand who is Jesus Christ, we must visit Nazareth. Look at the history of Jesus of Nazareth. He did not grow up in a palace. He grew up in a workshop. The religious leaders of his time had built a rigid structure. They built heavy walls of rules and traditions. The common people were crushed under this weight. But the carpenter knew a secret. You cannot patch a rotting beam. A complete reconstruction was needed. This is one of the most profound short biblical stories. It teaches us that God meets us in the ordinary dust of our lives. When Jesus began his ministry, he gathered his materials. He did not choose polished marble. He chose rough, unhewn stones. Fishermen, tax collectors, outcasts. Then he delivered his master plan. Many scholars in any historical Jesus documentary highlight this moment. It is the Sermon on the Mount. Understanding the Sermon on the Mount meaning is crucial. It redefined the structural integrity of a human life. Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The world built on wealth and power. Jesus built on meekness and peace. He healed the sick. He restored broken minds. He showed us that the ultimate temple is a fully restored human being. For those finding faith in God, this is the unshakable foundation. This is why these narratives remain the best Christian stories for youth and adults alike. They teach us where to build our lives. Every great structure requires a great cost. For the new architecture of grace, the price was blood. We now come to the darkest, yet most vital part of the blueprint. This is the story of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. The religious elite tried to protect their collapsing walls. They mocked the master builder. They gave him a crown of thorns. Then they gave him his final piece of woodwork, a cross. "It is finished," he whispered. The earth shook. The temple curtain tore in two. The old demolition was complete. They placed him in a stone tomb. They sealed it. They thought the architect was dead. But the architecture of God cannot be contained by a stone tomb. This is the beautiful empty tomb Easter story. The burial cloths were neatly folded. They were left behind like the discarded blueprints of a completed project. Death was defeated. He brought us ultimate hope and faith. 2,000 years have passed. Empires have fallen. Castles have crumbled into dust. But the structure Jesus built is still standing. It is an invisible architecture. As the Apostle Peter wrote, we are called to be a spiritual house, living stones. This faith is not a physical building. It is found in the soup kitchen. It is found in the quiet hospital room. It is found in a forgiving heart. We hope these biblical stories in English have inspired you today. The carpenter from Nazareth took the broken wood of humanity and built a masterpiece. His blueprint is flawless. His foundation is eternal.